I'm sure most of you have heard about the YouTube shooting that happened this week. Considering you are viewing this video on this platform, I say with great confidence that anyone watching this has heard about that. I don't know why I'm shocked to what happened initially with the media surrounding this, but I am, and it kind of pissed me off. Originally, when the story was happening and when we started getting tricklings of information, they had an image of the shooter, I believe before they even had a name. And that image is going to be in my description. This is what led the media to initially say it was a white woman that did this. A few hours later, we got a name. That name, and I know I'm going to mispronounce this, is Nassim Aghdam. I am going to show the picture of her after the name came out that the media started using. You might notice a subtle difference. I believe, and I can't say this with complete confidence, but I've heard this, so I'm going to take it face value. I believe that what happened was the media had found her Instagram or something, and on her Instagram was that photo of her, the first one, that she did herself. She used a high brightness or extreme lighting or whatever to make herself appear white, and that's the photo that the media ran with. I also believe that there was a version of it where she actually had green eyes, because I remember seeing a picture of her with green eyes rather than brown eyes. So I am going to assume that the media just found her account and pulled up that picture from it. They didn't doctor it themselves. I'm going to give them all the benefit that I can. I do not, for 1 second, believe that they found her Instagram account and that was the very first picture on it. There are a lot of photos on Instagram for her, I assume, because I've seen a lot of different photos of her. They had a wide range and pick, especially after her name came out. That was not the first picture that came up in search results, but it was after the media had used it. So I believe that while the media didn't doctor it, they intentionally went with a picture of her as white as possible. Now, I believe the media had the thought process, and using the word thought in any of this is being generous, that if they show a brown person, that someone somewhere might say something bad about brown people. We must protect them at all costs. See, media, I'd like to tell you something. I don't give a shit what color or what genitals a person has. Crazy is crazy. I should know. Haha. I don't give a crap. 99.9% of people do not give a crap, I'm sure. But because you did this, now we give a crap. Now it's in the back of our minds, why exactly did you choose a white photo of her? Are you trying to hide something? Was there something you didn't want us to know or to think? and so on. I don't think the media will ever learn this, but this had the exact opposite effect of what the media was wanting to do. And it pisses me off every time. I was not old enough to remember this, but I've heard stories about how when O.J. Simpson was initially charged with murder, the media at the time found a photo of him and darkened it up. Which is absolutely fucking stupid. Two reasons. First of all, why? Why do you feel the need to do that at all? That is so stupid. Just show a person as they are. Don't darken them to make them look scarier. Don't whiten them up to make it so that, oh, we must avoid racism at all costs. I don't give a shit what the excuse is. Just show a person as they are if you're going to do that. But second, and this is more relevant in the OJ thing, it was a person, O.J. Simpson in the early 90s was a person who was very well known. His face was plastered everywhere. He was a big sports icon. He was in movies. He was in a lot of stuff. Everyone knew what he looked like already. So it was rather fucking obvious what they did at that time. Here, in a lot of ways, it's worse because this is a person no one knew about. So by showing the very light version of her, that's the initial image people get because they'd never heard of her, they've never seen her, they didn't know who this was. And then when it's revealed, oh, she's of Middle Eastern descent, suddenly it appears like you were trying to hide something. Which is worse. Stop doing this. I've seen this too many times. Stop it. Just if you're going to show people, show them as they are. Don't doctor it. Don't brighten it up. Don't use the excuse, oh, well, we found this one picture, and we're going to use that, because there were a ton of other pictures you could have used, and you know it. Just because some people are assholes does not mean all people are assholes, and you must protect people from the very small minority of assholes. Asshole's gonna asshole. This makes the rest of us that aren't assholes think something's going on, and you don't want us to know something. Which, again, ends up creating more of what you don't want than stops it. I'm getting really tired of this. I've seen this for a couple years now, and this is the most blatant example of it. But holy shit, it's getting worse every time. Just stop, for fuck's sake. This has been Math Machine, ranting at the media for being the media at this point. Fuck it. Peace out.